Hi, welcome to my video, and if it's your first time here, then welcome to my channel. My name is Aneela and I post videos every Monday and Thursday. Even though I'm long overdue for a cooking video, today I'm going to share with you 7 things that help me to enjoy my relatively small balcony garden, as well as a balcony garden update. There have been some pretty interesting developments since the last video, so let's get right into it. The first thing that really helped was to declutter our space, and for us that really just involves cleaning out any debris that's accumulated over the winter and disposing of the things that we no longer wish to keep. Something that we did very consciously was to choose small-scale furniture. Our balcony is only 50 square feet, so having smaller scale furniture items just helps to preserve some of that space. And our furniture is a couple years old. I think we got it about 3 years ago and haven't replaced it since. We did change the seating cushions once, but that's about it. Maybe next year. Something I would really recommend if you're keen on planting but don't have a lot of room is to choose dwarf varieties or smaller plants. We started doing this consciously probably last year, and it's allowed us to have more plants, but without things looking too crowded. We've had this tiered plant stand ever since we started decorating our balcony space, but this year I also picked up a couple of individual plant stands. We get some of our best light in that southeastern corner. I feel like the plant stands really help keep my plants organized. They've also helped me to create some visual interest, and the space beneath this tiered stand is still Kitty's favorite place to hang out even after all these years. And going vertical has also helped to save some space. Last year we installed this shelving unit. It just came from IKEA. It wasn't very expensive, but it's been really practical. And the shelf stayed outside all winter long. Something else that we have is this $20 trellis from IKEA. We wanted to grow ivy, but we never had any luck, so we use it for patio lights instead. And this year I made a very rustic planter out of a water bottle, and that's strung up there with some verbena. Something else that really helps us to enjoy this small balcony space is the lighting. So I mentioned these patio lights. I got them off of Amazon. I think they were $18, and they are solar lights, so we don't have to plug them in. The panel is hidden in our tomato plant, and it charges throughout the day because we do get really good sun exposure. And we have another little light here. Again, this is a solar decoration. It changes color. It's also stuck in our tomato plant. But these little touches, they really help add a level of coziness to our balcony. And if none of these tips are helpful to you in any way, then you could just go naked. I mean, plantless, not pantless. If your space is too small for you to get excited about gardening, then just forget about it. String up some lights, put down a floor if you want to, get some small furniture, some bean bags, and just enjoy the space that you have. Having a little patch of outdoors, if you live in a city like we do, is probably better than having none at all. And on that note, I will give you a little update about what's been happening in our balcony, because there have been some interesting developments. Pretty much the entire month of June. Let me see, the last update that I did was at the end of May. It was Memorial Day, I think, and we had a very dreary month. It was really dull. Anyone else who lives in Toronto, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It rained almost consistently for the first 3 weeks of June. And that did not help our garden one bit. For all of those weeks, I thought that my plants wouldn't even thrive, and it took a really long time for them to start blossoming really abundantly, but they did get there. And something I've tried to do as much as possible is to deadhead my plants. I wasn't very good about this last year, but this year I am making a concerted effort to remove those dead blooms. Even leaves that have gotten fried in the sun, I've tried to pick those off as much as possible.
It's kind of crispy. Like somebody deep fried it.
It was in the sun while we were not here. You know what? It's just the aesthetic of it. This is not harming the plant in any way, but I also don't want the plant to have to try to push out any life into these leaves or sustain them.
And some of these plants, I am really just starting to understand them. I've learned that this dahlia does not actually like to be in direct sun, so that's the wrong place for that plant. I have moved it since then. This moss rose purslane, I absolutely love this plant. This is called the Happy Hour Mix, and although you're only seeing yellow here, a couple days later, a lot of the red and orange that's in the same pot did blossom. And when all the colors bloom together, it looks so happy and cheerful. My Vancouver Centennial geranium started to push out some blossoms, as well as my run-of-the-mill geranium. For most of June, I was convinced that these plants were not doing well, but they really perked up, and I've been very, very pleased with their progress. This is the Snack-a Bell pepper. I'm happy to say that I have multiple peppers now, but none of them are ripe enough to pick and snack, so I'll be waiting for that. And I do have some tomatoes as well, although I have no idea who has been pollinating these tomatoes, because as of today I've only seen 2 bees. I have been doing a little bit of pinky pollination, but some of these tomatoes have just sprung up on flowers that I'm positive I haven't pollinated. So anyway, I am thankful. I don't want to sound like I'm not grateful for the tomatoes. I'm really happy that they're there. And to end this video, I think I will leave you with some final shots of the balcony, how it looks today on July 1st. Happy Canada Day, especially to my Canadian viewers, and I hope that if you have a small balcony, you found some of these tips useful. These are just things that I've done in my space that I think really enhances our enjoyment of the balcony, but hopefully some of these tips help you too. Thanks for watching. Please give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content every Monday and Thursday. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.